Hello, Dr. Hoof. I'm Jose Duran, and this is my informative speech. Here is my audience member number one, Buzz Lightyear, my speaker note cards, and Mr. Bear. Swine is arguably one of the most invasive species that we currently deal with here in the US. Feral swine go by many different names, which can include wild boar, wild hog, razorback, piney woods router, and Russian and Eurasian boar. They tend to overpopulate, and if we aren't careful, they could produce at alarming rates, which can have some very serious consequences. Feral swine are essentially just pigs that either escaped or were released into the wild and have adapted to living in the wild. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association on November 20, 2020, feral swine were brought to North America as a source of food by explorers during the 1500s. Then the Eurasian and Russian wild boars were brought to the US during the 1900s for sports hunting. Now there's a combination of the species that pose a health and environmental threat. According to an article written by the Texas Invasive Species Institute in 2014, feral pigs tend to be brown, black, or sometimes a combination of the two. They also tend to have a mane of hair that runs from their neck to the rump, which is the reason why many people know them as razorbacks. And although it is easy to distinguish feral hogs from domesticated pigs, it is somewhat difficult to tell wild hogs apart from each other because they are often a combination of different breeds. Wild hogs are also known for breeding at alarming rates, and each litter can vary from 1 to 7 and have an average of 3. In an article written by the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife in 2012, it was stated that feral pigs do not have a specific habitat. They are known for living in many different places ranging from swamps, bushlands, forests, and areas with agricultural lands. If they are found in public, they are considered unprotected and non-game. Feral pigs not only pose a threat to humans, but they can also affect animals and ecosystems. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture on November 10, 2020, feral pigs are known for the destruction of crops, property, and natural resources. They often compete with other species for food, water, and even territory. Feral swine also carry and transmit diseases and parasites which pose a threat to the health of humans, pets, and wildlife. And although they don't cause as many vehicle accidents as deer, they also tend to cross roads and cause collisions. In an article written by the Mississippi University in 2021, it was noted that the wild pigs can also affect the water quality in streams and even the aquatic life in it. It is a fact that where there is a wild pig activity found around streams, those streams had an increase in turbidity and bacterial contamination. Overpopulation of feral pigs has been fought with various methods ranging from trapping to shooting to even hunting them down with dogs. In an article written by Stephen Robert Miller from National Geographic on March 26, 2021, the author stated that many people tried many different things to prevent wild boars from wreaking havoc. He even stated that grenade launchers, remote-controlled snares, and illegal poisons have been used, and that none of these methods have been enough to completely eradicate the feral swine. There has been many reports of people making their own homemade traps in order to capture these creatures. Although many attempts have been made to reduce the numbers of the feral swine, it has never been proven to be enough since they are still seen almost everywhere. It is important to keep in mind that these pigs should not be considered as friendly or harmless, since they could be aggressive and dangerous. Not only can they physically attack you, but they can also transmit a variety of diseases that can only harm you and your loved ones. Ever since the feral swine were introduced to the US in the 1500s, they have evolved to live under any conditions and in many different kinds of habitats. They serve no purpose other than to carry out their lives as an invasive species. Thank you.